everyone, it's Sam from sugarspunrun.com, and today I'll be showing you how to make peanut butter chocolate chunk cookies. I have shared so many different peanut butter cookie recipes over on the blog, from classic peanut butter blossoms to peanut butter stuffed chocolate cookies, but today's peanut butter chocolate chunk cookies might actually be my favorite. They are so soft and buttery and peanut buttery, and then we're throwing a bunch of chocolate into the mix. What could be better? This recipe is also very simple, so let's get right to it. The first thing you're going to need is a large bowl. To this bowl, we are going to add 10 tablespoons of softened unsalted butter. Now we'll add 2/3 cup of tightly packed light or dark brown sugar in with our butter. I love using brown sugar in my cookies. It really gives them a great flavor, but it also helps to make them nice and soft and chewy. Then we'll add a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, and today we're using 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. Now I don't recommend using a natural peanut butter for this. You don't want to use the kind that separates and has the oil on top. Just use a generic or classic regular peanut butter. And you want to use your spatula and make sure we get all of that in there. You don't want to leave any of that peanut butter behind. At this point, you are going to need an electric mixer. I'm just using a hand mixer, but you can always use a stand mixer instead for this recipe. And I'm just going to cream together everything until it's completely combined. We'll add 1 large egg and 1 large egg yolk into our batter now. Now this extra yolk is really important. It helps make the cookies soft, tender. As you've probably figured out, I'm all about soft, chewy cookies, so keep that yolk in there, it's worth it. We'll also add just a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavor, even though we have plenty of that peanut butter flavor in there already. Guys, it already smells so good in my kitchen. We're just going to stir everything together until it's creamy and well combined. Our batter is looking pretty good right about now, so we're actually going to set this aside, and we're now going to need a separate bowl for our dry ingredients. You'll just need a medium-sized bowl, and we're going to add 1½ cups of all-purpose flour to this bowl. To the flour, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Now, if you're in the UK, you'll know it as cornflour instead. I love using cornstarch in my cookies. It's another ingredient that helps facilitate soft, chewy cookies. It helps give them some structure without needing to add flour, which can dry them out. It's a really great secret ingredient for most of my cookies. We'll also add 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Give everything a good stir. Once you've combined all your dry ingredients, we're going to bring back our peanut butter mixture from earlier. We're just going to gradually combine the dry ingredients and wet ingredients together. You can go back to using your electric mixer if you prefer. I'm just going to use my spatula. If the dough gets too stiff, I'll switch back over to my electric mixer. Now, I like to do this gradually in about 2 or 3 or even 4 parts, just because it makes it easier to combine everything. So once our dough is nicely mixed together and everything's combined, we can move on to possibly the most important part of this whole recipe, and that is the chocolate chunks. You will need 8 ounces of chopped chocolate for this recipe. You can use milk chocolate or semi-sweet, whatever you prefer. I'm actually using 4 chopped Hershey bars. I love that milk chocolate and peanut butter. They go together really well. I'm actually going to reserve just a little bit of that chocolate because if you've seen in my other cookie recipes, once they come out of the oven, I'm going to nestle a few of them on top of the cookies. It's going to help make them look nice and pretty. It's optional. You can stir it all into the dough, but I'm going to reserve a little bit. Our cookie dough is going to be really soft at this point. It's actually too soft to roll, so it's going to need to be chilled. We're going to just cover the bowl with a piece of plastic wrap. Your peanut butter chocolate chunk cookie dough is going to need to go into the refrigerator for at least 30 to 60 minutes before we can proceed. It can be chilled overnight if you prefer, if you want to make it a day in advance, but make sure you chill it before you try to roll the dough, otherwise it's going to be too sticky and it'll spread all over your oven. So about 15 minutes before your dough has finished chilling and you're ready to bake, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your dough has finished chilling, we can go ahead and grab that from the fridge and we're ready to scoop it. I'm going to be using a 1½ tablespoon-sized cookie dough scoop to scoop my dough. I'll leave a link to this exact one in the description, but you don't have to use this. You can just use a spoon. That'll be fine too. Now you could just drop your cookie dough by the spoonful like this onto your baking sheet, but because I like mine to look nice and round and uniform, I'm just going to lightly roll them between my palms to make the cookie dough ball nice and round. Our cookie dough is now ready to bake, so we'll transfer this to our 350-degree Fahrenheit preheated oven where the cookies will bake for about 12 minutes. Now, as soon as these cookies come out of the oven, remember those chocolate pieces that I reserved from earlier? If you also reserved any, within 1 minute of the cookies coming out of the oven, you're going to want to gently press additional chocolate pieces onto the top of each cookie. And that is how you make my super soft and chewy peanut butter chocolate chunk cookies. I really think you guys are gonna love this one. If you try it out, please let me know what you think. I always love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching today's recipe, and I'll see you next time. Hey, if you guys enjoyed today's peanut butter chocolate chunk cookie video, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, if you enjoyed today's cookie recipe, here are a few others you might like as well.